So last week in the gospel, we heard about where Jesus was in the synagogue and he read the scroll, and it ended off with him saying, "Today this scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing." Well, this week it begins with that, and we hear what people's reaction was. Their reaction basically was they kind of looked like these angry guys here, and they didn't like that he said that. I mean, at first they thought, wow, he speaks such amazing things. Then they thought, but who is it who's speaking such amazing things? So we're going to hear that in today's narration. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you, and I'll just read all the parts because we can see Jesus and the other people here on these slides, okay? In the gospel, last Sunday, Jesus read from the prophet Isaiah in his hometown synagogue. Today, this scripture passage has been fulfilled in your hearing. The people marveled at Jesus' words, but soon they also began to ask questions. Isn't this Joseph's son? I'm sure you will quote this proverb to me, "Doctor, heal yourself." You will also tell me to do the same things here in my hometown that you have heard I did in Capernaum. I tell you this, a prophet is never welcomed in his hometown. Remember, there were many widows in Israel during the time of Elijah, when there was no rain for 3.5 years and a severe famine spread throughout the whole land. Yet God did not send Elijah to anyone in Israel, but rather to a widow living in Zarephath, at the territory of Sidon. Remember that many people in Israel suffered from the terrible skin disease of leprosy during the time of the prophet Elisha. Yet no one in Israel was healed, but only the man Naaman from Syria. When the people in the synagogue heard these words, they became very angry. They dragged Jesus out of town to the top of the hill on which Nazareth was built. They meant to throw him over the cliff, but he walked through the middle of the crowd and went his way. Well, I'd say Jesus took some risks, and we know how that ended up. We're going to have Lent here soon, and Good Friday, where Jesus dies on the cross for us, and then Easter, because a lot of times that's what it's like. We take risks. It's really hard. It feels really rough. Bad things happen. And then there's always some hope somewhere. So a lot of times, the bigger the risk, the bigger the hope. Now I want you to answer the questions under this video, and I'll see you for the next video.